Good morning, Commanders Nation. So I want to talk about Dominique Hampton. I feel like this is the guy who's the forgotten player from the 2024 draft class. He's flying under the radar. You know, when people talk about dudes who can break out for us next year, it's the guys like Johnny Newton, maybe Jordan McGee, maybe the Luke, But Hampton's name is never tossed in there. And, honestly, part of it is his own doing, honestly. This is a guy who didn't get that much snaps last year. Actually, barely, if any. And he had no injury, which means the coaches just didn't trust him as much. But at the same time, this is a guy who is also going through a major change in his NFL career. He's going from safety to linebacker. He's having a huge transition, dude. Again, I don't know, but yeah, in this video, I'm gonna talk about Dominique Hampton. I'm gonna talk about how his prospects were coming out the draft, how he fits with us now, how he did last year, and just future projections, all that fun stuff. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. So Dominique Hampton, I recently made a video talking about like the backup linebackers to Bobby Wagner and Frankie Luvu. My dumbass forgot Dominique Hampton. I'm dicking around, so I'm tossing myself in there. When I was doing research for this video, I was just like, geez, we really got this guy in the fifth? But yeah, coming out of the draft, 6'2", 215 pounds, though. That's not linebacker weight, dude. We saw Medrano come out 228, and they're saying that he needs to add up and bulk up more. But yeah, 6'2", 215 pounds, but he's athletic. Like, these numbers are safety numbers right now. He ran a 40 time of 4.51. 39-inch vertical. Compare that to like linebacker numbers. These numbers are supremely athletic for linebacker. And granted, he's in a gain maybe 20, 30 pounds. So some of these, results might go down like the 40-yard dash. But still, if it goes from 4.51 to 4.55, he's still athletic. Like Jordan McGee ran a 4.54, and people consider him supremely athletic. But yeah, man, like to me, this looks like overall it's just like very gifted athletically. He was projected to go into round 4, and he ended up going round 5 for us. Basically, like the overall results with him was just that they said that he had average game film, and that he has to be weighed against his traits and his overall potential of what he can do in the pro coaching. So they're banking on him with the physical traits that he has: 6'2", 215, 4.51, 39-inch vertical. That to me is athletically gifted. But they're banking on him just improving on in the pros. They're saying he's big, fast, long. Defensive coordinators can work with that. But his strength's coming out. And the first thing I saw here, I was like, Jesus Christ, I need to share this. Impressive physical attributes, including a 6'7" wingspan. This man got them lanky ass arms. That's perfect to shut off the blocks. Used balanced field vision for concise reads as split safety. A long strider with above average play speed for his size. Long arms create a high win. Again, look, long arms create a high win rate on contested catches. Has put some fearsome strikes on pass catchers. Again, this guy is a missile. People saw Quan Martin just smacking people last year. This dude fits in that realm. Like, he's a hard hitter. Watch the tape, dude. He's a hard hitter. So those were his strengths. Again, these are strengths and weaknesses as a perceived safety coming out of college from Washington. Weaknesses, though, they're saying that he reads routes from a flat-footed backpedal and man coverage. Inconsistent coverage balance when attempting to match route breaks. Allows too many open field blockers to find him. Takes questionable angles when pursuing the ball. So, yeah, man, like, that was him coming out the draft. Basically, people were like, okay, if you're going to take him, you're going to bank on the physical traits, bank on just coaching him up, and he'll just be a different player coming to the pros. And, all this is just like, to me, it's the guy, he fits in that realm of like a physical specimen type of player. And those numbers are more athletic than Jordan McGee. And I'm a big fan of Jordan McGee. But yeah, he comes in and, there wasn't really reports talking about like what exactly happened. I'm assuming the coaches saw him in practice and they just envisioned him better, or just envisioned him having a better NFL career as a linebacker. As a matter of fact, coming out the draft, there's a lot of people talking, saying that he was going to be a linebacker in the pros. So, like, we all know those dudes, like, who coming out the draft. They're long and lanky safeties. This man, 6'7" wingspan, come on, lanky, and they're just like, dude, converted safety to linebacker. We all heard that story before. And honestly, that story, there's times where it just strikes gold. It does. He's the next dude, and he has the traits. All he needs is just muscle. All he needs is just man-made muscle. That's all he needs. And then we're rolling. I'm assuming that's the main reason why he didn't really play as much in his rookie year. Great, you're not going to be a 215-pound linebacker in this NFL. Like, you're not. So this entire freaking year, like, this man was just trying to gain weight. Now he has an entire offseason to gain muscle, gain stature, that build. Yeah, man, I'm assuming that's what happened. And, like I said, like, NFL coaches coming out of the draft, they already envisioned him as a future linebacker. So this was his transitional year. Again, I'm not trying to put any, how can you say, excuses to him regarding his, I wouldn't say performance, because he didn't have anything to perform on because he barely played any snaps. I read a stat, actually, that he only played 6 special team snaps his entire year. So I saw a grade regarding a website regrading the 2024 draft class for us, and they gave Hampton a C. And I was just like, dude, he didn't even take the test. That's a NA, not applicable. There is no C. What the fuck? I don't know. I disagree with that segment, but we can agree to disagree. Last year, he was kept on the active roster, but, he was a healthy scratch for 16 out of the 17 games this year. The past year, sorry. And throughout the postseason. So, while I will admit, like, again, that just right there just screams coaches they didn't trust him. Let's be honest. He's a rookie, too. They just didn't trust him. They didn't want to activate him, just like this guy doesn't provide that much value on special teams right now. Now they're on defense. This is not make him active. But to me, it's just like, okay, at least he got those practice reps. He didn't get injured like Jordan McGee. And the Jordan McGee one, that really hit me because I was like, dude, can you imagine? He had all that time to get more reps in. But anyways, that sucks for him, but he's going to bounce back. Hampton did not get an injury. He's practicing. So granted, while the practice reps are not the same as in-game reps, it's still something better than nothing. So that's what I'm saying right now. Like, so again, regarding his overall performance last year, there was none. So they're saying he could be a hybrid linebacker safety, perhaps a safety in the box, jumbo safety, or whatever hell packages that they draw up. Predominantly linebacker though. I keep seeing people saying that he's a safety. He's going to compete with Will Harris and perhaps even Tyler Owens for strong safety. No, dude. He's linebacker, predominantly linebacker, all right? Set in stone. Yeah. And that's not my words. That's Joe Witt Jr.'s words. That's John Kimes' words. Nicky Giovanni's words. Not my dumbass words. But anyways, going on to this upcoming season now, like, he has a chance. Again, a safety coming out of college, he at least has better coverage skills than the average linebacker. You all know he has the physical traits, the athletic ability, 4.51 40 time, 39-inch vertical, long, lanky arms. This is the guy where I'm just like, dude, all we need is somebody in a nickel right now. Like, this upcoming year, Bobby Wagner's going to play first and second down in the run stopping. We need somebody to take over, hopefully, on nickel for Bobby Wagner. Well, perhaps. I mean, you want your pass coverage linebackers there. Whether it's Jordan McGee, maybe Medrano, Dominique Hampton. I feel like that's going to be his role. But then going forward, it's just all competition now. Hampton's going to compete with McGee. He's going to compete with Medrano, and I love that. Competition breeds greatness. So, granted, I think this might be Bobby Wagner's final year with us. You never know, though. You never know. He might pull a London Fletcher on us and be here until he's freaking 39. But this is a guy where I'm not counting him out. I'm not, even though my dumbass counted him out in a previous linebacker video. He has to be included, dude. You can never count out a player after only 1 year. That's one thing I learned early on in my fandom. I'm freaking 31 now. Dude, let's not count out Hampton. I'm going to title this video The Forgotten Player of the 2024 draft class. But I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with him in training camp. I'm looking forward to it, dude. This guy has all the physical traits. Let's see if he bulked up. Everybody's talking about if Jaden Daniels bulked up or how he bulked up this freaking yesterday in the OTAs. Dude, I want to see if Hampton bulked up. We all know Jaden's gonna bulk up, dude. It's just man-made evolution. Boom, boom. He's picking up his freaking chairs and whatever. Fuck. I want to see if Hampton bulked up because that's more for his style of play, for his position of play. So hopefully somebody reports on that. But we're gonna see either way soon, come training camp time, or maybe even the OTAs. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think, man. I'm excited for him. I'm not counting him out, dude. I'm not. And I gotta do a better job of including him in the at least competition group of McGee and Medrano, because everybody's talking about McGee and Medrano. Just like, no, don't forget about Hampton. He's in the same bracket group. What did McGee do last year? I mean, again, I was excited for McGee, but he didn't do that much because unfortunately he went down with injury. Hampton didn't do that much because he didn't play. But, hopefully those three young bucks in the linebacker room. Hey, man, we got juice. We got juice in the linebacker room. So, yeah, man. If anything, he can be a core special teams player, but I'm excited for this guy. Y'all let me know what you guys think, though. What do you think is going to happen with him? What's his future possible role with us, Yeah. Everybody likes the safety converted to linebacker story. It's worked plenty of times in the past. Hopefully it works with Hampton. But we'll see, man. Only time will tell. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.